This is Brian Gibbons. I'm talking about landlords, how you can profit from lease to own. All I'm trying to do is to have you compare it with being a regular landlord. Here's a regular landlord. Look at all you have to do and all you're liable for. Think about it. You've got to clean the property up, you've got to mark it, pay the expenses, you've got to interview all these tenants, and it's really annoying. And if they leave early, then you got to clean it up again, and you got to market it again, and you got to pre-qualify all those tenants, and then you got to get these phone calls. Think about the phone calls. If you've never been a landlord, you don't understand a phone call at 2 in the morning saying, my toilet's backed up. Well, you know how many times have you told that tenant, look, call, please just call the plumber. You have the number. It disturbs you from your sleep. It's ridiculous. Now, let's say you got a property management company and you don't know how good of a job they're going to do. All they do is collect rent. And they look for problems. You know why they look for problems as far as things that are need fixing? Well, they usually have a profit center with some handyman or contractor that goes in there and they get a percentage of that. So being a landlord is tough. And then if you have to evict somebody because they didn't pay you, you still have to pay the mortgage, unless it's a free and clear house. But you still have to pay the costs. Well, how can you profit from lease to own? Okay? How can you do that? Well, here's an idea. Let's say that you get into our coaching program and we teach you how to talk to sellers that are trying to sell, and you basically lease with an option to purchase that seller. Okay, so now you got a lease option agreement with the seller. He could be a listed seller with an agent. He could be an expired listing. He could be a wholesaler that has a thin deal and he can't do anything with. Or he could be another landlord and they just want to get out of renting. So how can you make money? Well, the way we do our training is you just do marketing first and then we close the deals and we split the profits. But after you do 10 or 20 of those things, then you can do it all yourself. Does that sound like a good idea? All right. We'll fill out the form. If that makes sense, just fill out the form. We'll talk about it over the phone. How much money can you make? It's simple. If you do your part and really just, a couple hundred, 200 or 300 of these letters, okay, and hand deliver them and shake their hand. And if it's a listed seller with an agent, it says, look, I hope you get your price. In case you don't, look at that letter. That might be able to be a better solution for you, especially in this buyer's market. Okay, that's one thing. If he's some kind of a listing that expired, you knock on the door and you hand it to him and says, look, I'm sorry you tried to work with an agent. Some agents are great. Some agents are terrible. I'm sorry it didn't work out for you. But I would like you to look at a plan B. This is a different way to sell your house, and you can actually make more money doing it that way. Okay? All right. And lastly, the wholesaler, a lot of those leads that they get, there's too much mortgage against the house. There's not enough equity. And we work with those leads. Okay? So if you're a landlord, you want to make extra money with lease to own, fill out the form. It doesn't cost you that much to get started. It costs you $20. Once you get the marketing materials, then you spend another $30 at Kinko's and you go hand out 200 of these letters. Out of those 200, we generally get 2 to 3%. How'd you like to make, you know, our fee is 3% of the value of the house. So if it's a $300,000 house, that's 9 grand. How'd you like to make 4 grand twice a month? Okay. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you listening. It's Lease to Own Secrets, Brian Gibbons. Look down at the People tab. You'll learn everything you need to know about me. I appreciate you listening. Bye for now.